G'day, today we're going to have a look at the weekly challenge in Mini Motorways. This one is the week of, tell us here, the 16th of August. So we start with all 9 motorways, playing definitely into my wheelhouse. Awarded half the number of road tiles each week. That's definitely a tricky one. More trees and they can't be destroyed. That's a nice little challenge there. So let's start off by making as short a route as possible from Yellow House to Yellow Warehouse, as I think most would agree is the best strategy. There is a lot of trees though, just hanging around here. If I need to get a road through here, it has to go right through that route. So much so I wonder if I should build that. Otherwise, if I get a house in 1 square, 2 squares, that path is sunk. So we might just do that tiny little bit of pre-planning with the very few tiles that we're going to get in this one. Now I was going to say that means I get 5 tiles if I take a motorway, but I realize that's not the case because I already have my 9 motorways, so I can't take a motorway. But I'm certain that won't stop me being disappointed every single time I don't see a motorway offered to me at the end of a week. And I always look forward to them, so it's definitely a force of habit that I'm hoping for them, even when you've already given them to me. Okay, we'll take the roundabout. Now what's going to be handy about the roundabout in this one is that even what you can see, let's just pause for a second. So you can see that currently I have 24 tiles. If I place this down, see I've got 25. So it's not a significant marker at this point, but you can use roundabouts to reclaim tiles. And so for a level where we're going to be short on tiles, using our roundabouts certainly be worthwhile. Now I will have that roundabout there and I'll leave it there for now, because the biggest problem that you have with roundabouts is towards the end you just don't have the space to place them. So what we're doing here is we're placing it from the get-go, even though that road does not need it, because the worst case is if I need it elsewhere, then what I can do is just pick it up and move it. And the amount of space required to put a road in its place is still there. So it's definitely worthwhile having it on the, just putting them on the board somewhere. So far that's a nice little grouping of houses we've got for both yellow and blue. Red. Now that is tricky because you're going to have to cut through, come back around, and we're not going to be able to connect to him because we've got these trees here. So we're going to have to wait for him to have the option to go down one more line. Same problem we sort of have here, that these trees are blocking him from much of the options that he'd have. It does feel like a waste of a bridge though, but there's no way that we can sneak him through here. This is only the 1 tile, so no matter what, this yellow is going to have to be sitting on that spot. One option I suppose would be that I could use one of my motorways to connect to him, since we do have all 9 sitting there, but we'll try to hang on to them as long as we can. Because I find it's a bit easier to build roads and then use motorways as like a point where you've run out of road options, then use a motorway and then suddenly decide, oh no, I actually could use a road, but now I can't because there's houses have just completely blocked off my what my path would have been. Okay, so we're going to wait till the end of the day before addressing that red. I'm going to take the 15 road tiles. And what we will do is we will use motorway 1 to get to him. And then we will use our probably made road, to ask these guys to help out. Now, actually, I'll change my mind there. I don't like the idea of taking the closest house to a factory to give to one so far away. The distance between him to this guy and him to that guy is, percentage-wise, is a lot less than this guy to him versus this guy to him. So I think keeping a house as close as him is well worthwhile. As you can see, this guy's not even having to do work. He's so close. At this stage, at least. I'm sure that other guy will eventually get some work, but... Okay, so we'll swap this guy up that way. Bring him down. Now the other thing I'm going to do, my 17, is just shift these two houses so that we're using two different points on this intersection for the houses to connect as well. Now, I would separate those two warehouses off that roundabout so they do have their own individual houses. But the reason I'm not at the moment is there's only 3 houses to look after the 2 of them, so it's a bit far removed. Okay, I'm pretty sure I've got some bridges in hand. Oop. Don't think we need to do anything with that yellow guy at the moment. 3 yellow warehouses are all pretty close to their destinations. Okay, so we're gonna want to get more houses directly working for him. So we're gonna get rid of that roundabout now. And we will cut that a bit more direct. So we've got 3 houses for him, 2 houses for him, 2 houses for him. And a little neighborhood over here that wants to remind me that I've got 8 motorways. This guy certainly is falling a little bit behind. So what we will do... One of the reasons why you don't drag your heels sometimes on pausing. If you take too long, they may just make up their mind about where they put a new house on you. Okay, so what we're going to do is just join these guys all together. And then put an outcrop over here. Then jump over that way. We will wait for that bridge to be reclaimed. Actually, we don't even need to go up. We can go down because this will be a motorway for green. Good. This is a weird mess, this setup here, but as long as it does the job. This is also something to keep an eye on. There's a lot of these yellow warehouses are doing alright at the moment, but they're running on basically the amount of houses they currently need. And at some point, it won't be enough. So what we hope to see Cool. Oh, get all the way around those trees. What we hope to see is that we get some more yellow houses somewhere, because we could shift all 4 of these to just look after one of these 2, and then we could motorway in another set to help out. I mean, we're only 400 houses in so far. Sorry, 400 trips in so far, so we've still got a long way to go. Okay. So, pause for a second. Disconnect those guys there. We'll send them over there. Might centralize this a little bit more. Get some nice positioning of houses for us to shore up some of the stuff we've already got. This guy here we need to address. We'll just give one house, his closest house to him for now. Now the other thing we could do is just give this guy a straight line up there. Although the potential intersection headache that could cause if this guy gets busy might be not worth it, so I'll just leave it as is. No harm in changing your mind in this game. Unless you do it too late. There's definitely already the clearly busy part. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll chuck this in here. Swing these guys down. I won't turn these 2 guys around at the moment. Leave them as is. Ugh. A lot not to like about that. So I don't have a yellow neighborhood that isn't being used. It's definitely the desire at the moment. Yellow neighborhood, I could swing these 2 guys south to help out him, give a motorway to him, and then a motorway to green. There's 4 guys looking after him, 5 guys looking after him. So what we'll do is we'll take these 2. Give them a highway. Connect up here. I'm not sure there's anything better than that at the moment. I mean, the two houses, 2 warehouses at the top there are both circular, so they're not overly harmful towards each other. But we will now shift this north, because these guys are slightly closer and have nothing to do. I won't worry about connecting him to anything at the moment. Cool, connect him that way, and then shift this guy this way. That's now 2 houses for all the yellow warehouses. My maximum 9. Houses. Now, give this guy a connection there, because he's gone circular. He's going to need a little bit more attention. Connect him. 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 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can go 4 for him, 3 for him. Actually, no, he's already got that one. So we'll give him the extra. Now, one other thing I'm going to change here is I'm going to just give these two guys a motorway. And just hop across. Until we find a better solution for this guy. Alright, so let's get this guy connected. Dark blue house just hiding underneath there. Sort of a scattering of dark blue houses here just to really hammer home their uselessness. Disconnect him. Oh, because he can connect right there. Actually, with him connected to, he'll give him back to this top guy. Roundabout. And we'll give the roundabout to these guys. We'll connect him through it, just because this is a circular guy that's operating here, so we might just make sure that our system is smooth. He's trapped behind a row of trees there. Really banking on me needing a lot of red houses here. I'm going circular. I'm going to shift this guy north. This guy's got more than enough, even though he's definitely one of our more struggling locations. We're starting to get this series of yellow houses up here, so we could shift these guys to have this motorway and let these two guys take after him, but at the moment neither of these are in need of anything more than the two houses looking after them. He just suddenly had a surge of more attention required. This is only going to really work, I think, for the amount of time that this guy's still square. If he goes circular and these guys really need to push, this parking lot's going to be bedlam. Okay, so with all of our light blue guys currently at full capacity, we need to find some of them to help out up here. What I'm going to do is we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on him. So we'll take these two guys with the flexibility of moving him as well. Put them north. Like there was a surge of light blue ones there that then dulled down again. I wonder what caused that. That's just something that the game does where it suddenly will ebb and flow. Now what we're going to do is we see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys that can all now operate off this one here. We could remove these 3 guys that are working on this from up there and divide them amongst the two around them. No, we want him, I think, on the north one. Oh, and I'll keep my space. A very scattered neighborhood, this red one here. Guess for the time being, as long as it's working. Just struggling. Okay. So, this guy down here, we'll have to give set up the top. That's a long journey for them. Now we do need to give an extra guy up here because they're struggling, so we'll give that house at least to them. I mean, a lot of bridges and traffic lights in here. Guys, give him the option. Come across, that's pretty harmless intersection there. Cool, it's another house to help out. Got so many bridges, I can make that attachment. Be great if I could use a roundabout somewhere down here for either of these two neighborhoods. Alright, all of light blue seems to have suddenly had another nervous breakdown. Let's have a look. What light blue currently isn't in use? And that would be this neighborhood up here of 3 guys. We can just add a 4th in there. So what we can do is use these guys as a wingman. Just try and help out someone who's in trouble. So let's firstly send them down to get to this guy. Now, he's going to make a bit more congestion in that intersection there, but green is completely under control in here. It is purely a light blue problem that's going on. That guy's gone circular. I didn't even notice that. Get this guy to connect. Keep going that way. This guy's actually about to hit absolute disaster. Take him as well. And the problem with taking these houses is they aren't instant fixes because their men are already off. All women are already off looking after this guy. So this adjustment here is meaning that the that this isn't really a temporary fix anymore. That's the long-term way that this guy's going to be looked after. We are out of motorways. We don't really have any clear way to get more these guys, which we could sort of connect to have a India 4. I mean, the only thing that we could really do is connect these guys to here via a bridge. Reclaim Highway 4. Let's try it out. Because they are doing a very good job of managing themselves, whereas this guy is slowly collapsing. Okay, so it's gone. So let's shift them over. He's still not looking too crash hot. He's slowly getting there, I guess. This guy is... These two guys are finally breaking down. I should have addressed that sooner. Okay, so the fix for this guy would be that we give these two south, and then it would be that Highway 6 shifts elsewhere. Now, these guys are looking after this one, and if you look at all my other yellow housing, there's not really too many situations where someone is at home. These guys are all out. What we might do is flick this guy north, disconnect that. Grab a hold of 6. Plonk it there. The problem is we've got to wait till they get off 6 before it'll come back, so luckily it's a very short road. These guys can quickly make... I don't know if they're going to make it in time. Yeah, really delaying the inevitable there. Yeah, an alright score for that one. Let's, I guess, have a look at the scoreboard. $9.90. Too bad, I guess. There we go. Any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. And until next time, catch you later. See ya.